Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday's Tapping. So today we're going to be tapping on releasing the past. And so what we are releasing from the past is guilt, blame, shame. We are releasing all of that from the past. And so what I want to ask you to do before we get started on that tapping is I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Just hold it. And then we're just going to let it out the nose. And I want you to breathe in again. I want you to hold it. And then I just want you to gently let it out the nose. And then we're going to breathe in. I want you to hold it. And now I want you to let it out the mouth, letting out the sound, and really just letting that sound out and relaxing with it. Then what I want you to do is just kind of tune in to yourself. And I want you to give yourself a rating from 0 being, I don't hold any guilt, blame, shame, or resentment, to 10, I am laden with guilt, blame, shame, and resentment from the past. I want you to give yourself that rating. And I also want you to feel it anywhere in your body. Where are you feeling that guilt or that blame or that shame or that resentment? Where are you feeling it in your body? Maybe it's an actual physical pain. Maybe it's a physical tightness. Or maybe you're like me and maybe you just start to get really tired when you start thinking about it. Just really pay attention to whatever is coming to you into your awareness. Okay? And then what I want you to do, for those of you that aren't familiar with tapping, go ahead and open up your eyes. For those of you that are familiar with tapping, you can keep your eyes closed or you can open your eyes and watch me. But what we're going to be doing with tapping is I want you to go ahead and I want you to put your non-dominant hand up like you're going to karate chop something, just like this. Then I want you to take your dominant hand and I want you to take your pointer finger and your middle finger and I want you to put it together like you're saying Scout's honor or giving a little salute. And then I want you to put those 2 fingers just an inch below that pinky bone, okay, wherever that is for you. Then what I'm going to ask you to do is you can repeat after me as we tap, and you can either repeat out loud or you can repeat in your head. It's whatever is convenient or conducive for the environment that you are in right now, okay? So here we go. And you can either close your eyes or you can keep them open. It's whatever's convenient for you. And we're just going to start that tapping. And it's just a very light tap. We're not pounding. We're just lightly tapping, just right there underneath the pinky bone. And we're just going to say, there have been times when my life has seemed like an insane roller coaster. There have been times when I have wanted things to change, but I just didn't know how. There have been times when I have wanted other people to change, but they just didn't. And there have been times when I have done things or said things that I'm not proud of, that I'm still carrying around with me. And it makes me feel so heavy. And I'm really tired of this heavy feeling. I'm really tired of carrying around the past with me everywhere I go. Okay, we're going to stop tapping and we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And we're just going to let it out the mouth. And now we're going to go to the top of the head. For those of you that aren't familiar with tapping, all you have to do, put both your thumbs in your ears. Let your middle fingers meet up at the top of your head, wherever that is. That's where we're going to tap. You can either tap with both hands or you can tap with one hand. It doesn't really matter. So what we're going to say here at the top of the head is we're going to say, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to release all the anger, all the upset, and all the anxiety that comes with the past. Deep breath in. And then just letting it out. Then we're going to come down here to the eyebrow point, right there where the eyebrows start, or you can just put it right there in the center of the third eye point. And you can tap with both hands, or you can just tap with one. And what we're going to say here is, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to see everything differently, even if I don't know how, even if I'm unsure. I am willing. And now we're going to come here to the side of the eyes, right here, just on that, right, almost on the temples, just right there at the very side of the eye. And we're going to start tapping there. And we're going to say, I am willing to see everyone and everything differently from my past. I'm willing to let go of the resentment because it's only keeping me trapped and it's only hurting me. I'm willing to let go of the guilt because it's keeping me from all of the beautiful miracles, all of the beauty that's been waiting for me. I am willing to release all the regret because it's only holding me back and stopping the flood of good from coming to me. What good is holding on to the past? All it does is stop my present good. Okay, and now we're going to come down here to the cheekbones, right there on the cheekbones. And we are going to say, I am willing to release the past, even if I don't know how, even if I'm actually afraid to release it, because I don't know who I would be without my tortured past. And then we're going to come here right underneath the nose, right there on the lip. And we're going to say, I am willing to see myself and everyone differently. We're going to come right here on the chin and we're going to say, I am willing to release myself and everyone else from the past. I'm tired of always looking back over my shoulder, looking in my rear view mirror, where those things continuously seem to haunt me. I no longer hold value for them. All they're doing is keeping my attention on the past instead of coming in to the present moment. And we're going to come here on the collarbone. Now, you can either tap right there on the collarbone itself, or you can tap right here on this part of the collarbone. Either way is fine. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And we're just going to let it out. And we're going to start tapping. And we are going to say, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to release all the anger, all the resentment, all the guilt, all the blame, and all the shame from myself and others. And then we're going to come right here over the heart. We're going to tap right there. And as we're tapping, we're just going to take another deep cleansing breath as we tap. And we're just going to say, now you can either say God, you can say angels, you can say universe, it's whatever your higher power is. I'm just going to use the word God, but you can always replace it with whatever you want to call your higher power. And we're going to say, dear God, I have this past. And in the past, there's been a lot of guilt. There's been a lot of shame. There's been a lot of blame. There's been a lot of resentment. There's been a lot of aggression, anxiety, traumas. And I seem to be carrying around all of these emotions. And they just make me feel so heavy. And even though part of me believes that carrying these different emotions like guilt and blame and shame and resentment, anger, aggression, anxiety are keeping me safe, in fact, it's not keeping me safe. It's keeping me trapped. And we're going to come to the other side of the chest. And we're just going to say, I'm so tired of feeling trapped. I'm so tired of looking at the past and seeing it seem to be replaying itself again and again. It's just a vicious cycle, and I'm tired of it. I'm willing to release it. I'm willing to let go of all the value I have for the pain, for the guilt, for the shame, for the blame, for the aggression. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to let it out. And now we're going to come here to the center of the chest. And we're just going to lightly tap right there. And we're just going to say, once again, you can say, I'm going to say God, but you can replace whatever it is you want for your higher power. Dear God, this sad story about the past has kept me trapped, and I'm done with being trapped. You created me as a being who is happy and joyful and free. And these emotions, guilt and blame and shame and aggression, resentment, animosity, they're just keeping me trapped and keeping me from truly being free and happy. And I'm done with that. I'm ready to be free. I'm ready to be happy. Really say that with conviction. And then we're going to go back up to the top of the head. I am willing to forgive myself for carrying these emotions around. They're not serving me. They're not helping me to feel happy or free. Okay, we're going to come here down to the eyebrow point, and we're going to say, I am ready to be happy and free. I am ready to truly release the past. And then we're going to come here to the side of the eye. I am willing and I am ready to release the past. It cannot touch me. It has no power over me anymore. I release any value I have put on holding on to, and then we're going to come here right underneath the eyes, to guilt. And we're going to come here underneath the nose to blame. We're going to come down here to the chin to shame. We're going to come down here to the collarbone to resentment. We're going to come over the heart. We're going to say, I'm willing to release all the guilt, all the blame, all the shame, and all the grievances I have held. I'm ready to release them. I no longer hold value for them, and I'm ready to see everything, including myself, differently. I'm willing to see the light, the love, the joy, and the happiness that I am. And we're going to come here to the center of the chest. And we're going to say, I am willing to release the past. I am willing to be free. Even though I don't know how, even though I'm not quite sure I am. Releasing the past right here, right now. The divine says that I am a being of free will. And so I use this now, my free will, to release the past. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to let it out. I want everyone just to keep your eyes closed because I feel an angelic toning wanting to come through, which if you're not familiar with angelic toning, it really is just different tones. It may sound like a song. It may even be to a rhythm of a song that you know, but you're not going to necessarily understand the words. Simply open yourself to receiving Whatever it is, it could be a healing, it could be a message, it could be whatever it is you need, but open yourself to it now. So there is just some added healing. I can't guarantee that it's going to happen every day, but that's just really felt like it wanted to come through. So I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here for today's Tuesday tapping. Remember, tomorrow we'll have a tapping. Thursday we'll have a tapping, and Friday we will have a tapping, each one on a different topic. So today was releasing the past, releasing guilt, blame, shame, aggression, grievances, just really being willing to release all of those. So I thank you once again for being here. I thank you for joining me, and I look forward to being of service again to you tomorrow. Namaste.